right, here's the link. All right, clickety clack, clickety clack. Let's see what you have. Are you in here, Christian? Are you in here? Sound off in the chat. Let's get started. All right. Let's see. All right, you in here? Mm-hmm. This is right up my alley. It's right up my alley. Have fun with a werewolf. Not seeing you on here yet. Alright, whatever. It's a video. You'll just watch it later, I guess. Alright, going for too early, but it's tough on the enemy. You have not addressed everything I talked about, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. I'm gonna start by just getting rid of whatever I don't like. I don't like this. Oops. I messed up. That whole thing was one thing, huh? And I can't bring it back. That's okay. I'm just gonna go back to Lightbox. I'm gonna reopen that file. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So it's mask? Why did it get deleted if it was this one? I just wanted to delete this guy. I guess it deleted the whole folder, huh? Yeah, that's what happened. Delete. What is this guy? What are you? Whatever. I don't like you. Go away. Alright, you we're gonna mirror and weld. Boop. There you go. And you know, actually, while we're here, let's even widen that stance some more. Alright, you wanna work as close as possible to the final stance, and that's when you're gonna stay in perspective. Really good job indicating a lot of the anatomical forms were discussed. Very nice. Alright, I don't need Dynamish for this, but we will mirror and weld. Okay. I don't care for this fur. We're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of this too. Because what I want to do is, let me find those hands. We got those hands. No, you know what I want to do? Actually, so the idea is that when you sculpt something that's meant to be posed, right? So you want to sculpt it as close as possible to the position that it's going to end up being, right? So yeah, it's going to be symmetrical, but you want to leave yourself as little work to do when you do break up the symmetry, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Z plugin. We're gonna go into not subtool, transpose master, T-pose this mesh. What? Oh, these folders are messing me up. Z plugin, T-pose mesh. Okay, let's T-pose this real quick. Where'd the hands go? Nine. What's wrong with the hands? Why are they not part of this? What? They're not. Your hands are not polymesh 3D. How? That's so weird. Was the whole thing not polymesh 3D? So weird. I'm just gonna work with this. It's fine. All we care about is the main forms. That's all I care about. So we're gonna do insert, grab that hand down here and mirror and weld it to the other side, and we are good to go. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, merge down. All I care about is the main forms. Make sure symmetry is on. You also went too high too quick. But that's okay. We'll deal with it. We will deal with it. The head is too big for the body. The legs and hands are too small. We will deal with this. What? Come on, man. Messy. Very messy. And give it nice monstrous hands. If you have them separate like this, and when you do this, it goes away from the center. What we can do is activate the local symmetry. I did that for Priscilla as well when I was messing with the arms, and now it's gonna scale them here. Yeah, you want to give it nice big werewolf hands. You know what I'm saying? Nice big werewolf hands. And while we're on that subject, nice big werewolf legs as well. Don't be shy of making big changes. You're not married to this. You're the artist. You decide what it looks like. I'm gonna give it that nice, monstrous upper body like that. Alright. A little bit like that. BIN. Inflate everything. Nope. Let's not inflate everything. Let's just inflate this area. So right now everything's too large, because this is my max brush size right here, and that's not acceptable. So we're gonna center off. We're gonna do this. We're gonna scale everything way down to like here, so that max brush size is actually gonna be more respectable. Okay, we're just gonna do this here. There we go. Now we're gonna zero mesh everything now. No, we're gonna dynamesh everything. Well, after, I'm gonna get rid of all your hair. I don't care about it. Damn it. Oh, whatever. Mirror involved. There. It's fine. Everything's fine. You got a nice shelf over here. Am I still not in symmetry? Damn it. There. Now I am. We'll fix this. We'll fix this later. None of this matters right now. All that matters is that we dynamesh and the fingers don't disappear. In order to do that, we're going to need a nice high resolution for that dynamesh. Let's give it 1024 just to make sure we're not losing anything. And we're going to hit it. See what happens. It's going to take a minute. In that time, I'll check if you were able to connect to our YouTube. You have. I'm here, but we'll have to leave in about 30 minutes, but I'm here. The anatomy parts that I haven't addressed are going to be covered in armor. I have a rough sketch I can send on Discord, but never mind, it's on pure ref that I can't get to, lol. But yes, bigger werewolf hands and legs, sure. That's a start. That's a start. Alright, are you done? Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got this. So, nice and even, and now we're going to dynamesh the hell out of this. Not dynamesh, I'm sorry. Zero mesh, right here. Zero mesh or half, and we're gonna hit it. That way, you want to dynamesh high so that the fingers and things that are close together don't disappear. But you want to zero mesh low after that to make sure that you still get controllable resolution. Usually you hit once you're over 1 million, you zero mesh once, it'll get you close to where you want to be, because zero mesher doesn't work in millions. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a quick and dirty way to get topology under control. And ZBrush is always going to be more efficient with excuse me. See, now we're down to 280. We didn't lose all that much. We got our big forms to worry about. Damn it, I fucked up on the eyes. Should have separated them. That's fine. Anyway, it's not a big deal. But now we can work with this guy. Okay. BTD. I know we want to deal with anatomy primarily, but I'm just gonna clean up this main because it's really bothering me. And honestly, that head is way too large still for what it's supposed to be. BTD for trim dynamic. We'll just get rid of any mask that I don't like. And the arms had a lot of problems. We will deal with them. Not that many, honestly. I assume this guy will have a tail. The werewolves need a tail. It's Texas law. You're giving it those creepy legs like my guy has. Nice. Alright, so we're not going to worry about the fur. We're going to worry about the anatomy, okay? So, deltoids. They're going to get to about here. Maybe more activated back there. Okay. You want those big, scary monster shoulders, alright? Or nice big shoulders over here. What is this guy? What is this? What are you? Ugh, strange. Do I have you on the other side as well? Yeah. Alright. Let's see what you are all about. Maybe I need to close holes. Got it right here. And now I'm gonna be able to smooth you out. Gotcha. Oh my gosh. Topology is awful. That's totally fine. I'm gonna hit the erasure with same. Because all I care about is big forms. Okay? We're gonna get those big forms done, and then we're gonna work about also the finger holes and the fingers are dug in to make room for the beefy nails. Yeah, I figured that's probably what you have planned. No worries on that. We're just gonna deal with main anatomical things. Okay? Or you added the fur too quickly. Too quickly. You want to deal with anatomy first, and then you add your fur masses. Okay? See how easy it is when you're dealing with low poly. Everything will flow, and you can define big forms and then smooth them in, and then relax whatever needs to be relaxed. You know, it's a lot easier to work with big forms. Big forms are your friends. And obviously, you still need to know what you're doing, but still, the manipulating those forms is going to be a lot easier when you're dealing with low res. Still, remember, I'm able to take a lot of shortcuts and not look at anatomy because I look at anatomy all the damn time. And I would still recommend, like, I would like if I'm doing this for myself, I still would look at anatomy quite a lot. But there's some basic forms here that I can kind of already know what I'm doing, you know, before I need to go back into proper anatomy. We'll come back to that later. Yeah, for these guys, you want nice big shoulders, nice big traps. Get it, that hulking monster kind of vibe. There you go. Right now, we're not even looking at anatomy all that much. I'm just kind of figuring out where I want the masses to be. Right now, this has. We do want nice, big upper body for like monstrous forms, but the flow needs to be on point first. Okay, we can get that flow right first, and then we'll build up the definition and the muscle as needed. Nope. There we go. That's giving me a little bit more of what I want. In terms of those masses. Remember, you work with simplified first. You just block in everything that needs to be blocked in first. That's what I always meant when I say deal with your big forms first. That's what I mean now, and this is what I meant then. This is what I would always mean. Big forms first. Big brush strokes. You don't worry about the detail. All of you worry about detail way too early. Detail's not gonna look good if your main forms don't read nice. Now it's a werewolf. Alright. I mean, y'all are worrying about fur and shit. I'm like, no, worry about that anatomy first. Worry about that anatomy first. I'm gonna make that head even smaller. No. Small head, big monster. Let me think about the anatomy of this thing. So, and this is why a fur, this is something that you want to add at the very end. You know, big masses is something that you want to add at the very end. Because, say you have this jaw is going to be over here. The sternocleidomastoid is going to head over in that direction. You're going to have the traps doing their thing over there, right? You just want to indicate it. This is why you want to avoid big masses and only add them on later, because some of the anatomy is going to look off. You know, you still want to indicate more or less where things are going to be so that you can block them in. You know this creature is going to have big old lats. You know? Oh, damn it. Symmetry. Mirror and roll. Okay. I want to do the other side. There you go. I'm going to show you how to fix it real quick. Deformation. You go to mirror. And then mirror and weld. And now we got it on both sides and symmetry's on. Okay? Sometimes you forget. It's not a big deal. ZBrush got you. ZBrush is your friend. It's not like Maya. Freaking abomination of a program. Yeah, but I just gotta work too much around that fur right now, you know? And it's not worth it. Not worth it. Lock in main forms. And you know, okay, so this is gonna be this head of the delts right here. And have a chromium process right around there somewhere. And have your anterior head doing its thing this way. That's anterior head. You're gonna have a clavicular head flattening out nicely, but still giving us the mass that we need. An actual clavicle we'll need to deal with at some point. But not just a second. Most of the mass on the chest, most of the mass on the chest is going to be right around that middle part and closer to the bottom. I'm going to indicate that. See, right now it's a little bit too round and too centered. We want to flatten out those sides. Most of the mass is going to be closer to the center. Okay? That's where it's at. There you go. And bring that neck way in. There you go. There we go. But I have to go through. Thanks for making the video. I'll be sure to watch it later. Yep. My pleasure. Let's remember the timestamp. What? How far in are we? This is 4:11. gonna do the clavicle over here. I'm gonna have the traps creating their mass over here before going around back. You're gonna have overdeveloped lats over here, which you can just fill up with fur if you needed to. We're gonna worry about that later. I still feel like I want to make this way wider. I'll exaggerate it like this. A bit more of a neck. Bending a little bit. And this guy down like so. More neck, less torso. Ah. Getting there. Getting there. This chest is too round. And what we want is the top part to be relatively flat. Then the roundness is going to be at the bottom. Like so. Yes, and it's okay if you fill it up with fur later, you know? But you still need to understand what you're going for. You gotta have those werewolves abs. Very important. Nubrium's gonna be over here creating this kind of striation. Kind of capture a little bit. Yeah. We have the lats coming in here. I have serratus doing their thing over here. The ribs might be worth it to put a rib cage in there just to see that it's all going to be correct on that. And we're going to have our werewolf butt. Make sure that you have a tail on there. Remember, the gluteus maximus is going to head towards the iliotibial tract, right under the greater trochanter. Okay? And just like any muscle in the human body, most of the mass gathers closer to the bottom. You want to make sure that you have those transitions. This is why I dynamesh this, because the gluteus maximus transitions to the leg in a certain way, and you definitely want to capture that, and you're not going to be able to while it is separate, you know. We're going to have our sacrum right here. That's going to neutralize everything. That's our tailbone. Its tail is going to come out of the tailbone, right? I'll indicate. the neutralizers over there. You're gonna have your obliques mass over here. You're gonna have the lats kind of doing that thing and becoming the rector spinae. Heading all the way to the center. Yeah, obliques are gonna be doing their thing. And coming in this way. I have a fossa right there. It's gonna be a Chromium process. It's gonna be a very, very important landmark. All the delts kind of wrap around it. You definitely want it indicated correctly. All right, let's see what else we got. Neutralize those forms. And go. Like this. I imagine one arm was going to be bent and like tearing off the armor and all that stuff, so. Talk about these arms and triceps. Gonna be coming in. This angle. Most of the mass is gonna be at the upper part of the limb, right? So you still want to keep it nice and even, though. Want to keep it nice and even. It's not going to have a huge kind of going up and out, in and out as much. There's going to be our indications are going to exist, but it's not going to be like huge differences. Let's bulk up those shoulders a little bit. There you go. it some strength. Give it some mass. Looks like a Worgen from World of Warcraft proportions, which I'm not sure that I love, but all I care about it looks cool. I'm tired. All I care about is that it looks cool. It's angry. Bicep. Remember to get some references in that pose. Find a bodybuilder if you need to, but you gotta understand that when you're doing poses, muscles look differently in various body positions. So you gotta do the work if this is your ambition. You gotta do the work. You gotta figure out what it's gonna look like. And a lot of it is gonna be solved by just figuring out what connects where. Okay, brachialis, brachioradialis. And know this about arms. Think of like chain links, right? Think of chain links where some chains are vertical and some chains are horizontal, right? So if you look at it, let's say from this angle, right? You can think of the deltoid area as like the chain that's like vertical, and then you look at the bicep and tricep area. You can think of them as chains that are horizontal, laying flat, and then again, when we get to the forearm, it's once more chains that are vertical. Okay? If you look at it in this way, I think it'll be beneficial. And you're gonna have, I believe, right here, missing the mass of the somewhere around here. I think it's gonna be that medial epicondyle. Okay, it's usually opposite of here. You have an epicondyle hidden right under there. You can feel it on your own brachioradialis. Okay, now this arm's a little broken, but we can fix it. We have the technology. Getting there, getting there. Continue observing the masses. Right? This neck area still feels weird to me, so what I'm gonna do, you just scrap it and start over. No, I'm just kidding. Probably make it a little bit longer. Let's see. Maybe somewhere around here. I wanna. This mask bothers me. I'm gonna bring it in. Empty. There you go. Funky. I don't know. Maybe. It's gonna be filled with fur anyway. But that area still bothers me though. I wish you had modeled it without all that fur. But that's fine. I don't feel like dealing with it right now anyway. Yeah, arms looking better. The hands are good, by the way. You did a good job on the hands. Just want to say. You know, not perfect, but good. Definitely not bad considering you don't have anatomy training. A little narrow. Those fingers, pretty narrow. A little bit more girth, but usually fingers are they tend to be wider than they are tall. Okay, so keep that in mind. Bunch of muscles over here to help articulate that thumb. Don't forget about them. Yeah. Really, all the issues that we're going to have are going to be resolved by just better observation. That's all it is, you know? Getting there. Getting there, getting there. Getting there. All right, legs. All right, with the knee, what you want to have is Tela. Okay, it's a shield, basically flat BTD, flat. By the way, check out Spicer McLeroy's stuff on this. You have a tendon coming up, tendon going down, connecting to the tibia. Okay, you're gonna have some masses of fat around it. Okay, more or less like this, and then you smooth it out. Indicate that shield properly, smooth it out. You're gonna have that knee. Okay, now vastus medialis comes up to the knee. Okay. Vastus lateralis starts a little bit higher. or the visible part of it starts a little bit higher. Rectus femoris, pretty much where you're indicating it. A little bit of flat top there. But heads right straight down the middle. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm allergic to awesomeness. Okay. I'll be able to control those masses in general. Remember, if this is your ACES right here, this is going to be that indicator. Then you have your sartorius. This big old mass over here. I'll be going and pointing in that general direction. And it's going to be like tape that holds everything else in. And you're going to have your adductors going to be on a separate plane of existence, really. Okay? I'll give it that warrior legs. Okay? And the vastus, you're going to have your greater trochanter right around here. Okay? Iliotibial tract, vastus are going to give it a lot of mass on the lateral side. Alright? So, you have your what is it called? I'm sleepy. Okay. This is gonna be the gluteus maximus right over here, and then you have your gluteus minimus from the top that are gonna be just pulling down from the kind of iliac crest. Okay. And they'll be creating this kind of valley over here, like so. And then from here, you're gonna have the tensor fascia latae going over there from the ACES, right? Don't forget about that one. There you go. Something like that. Something like that. Now, the knees kind of pointing at each other gives like a little bit of a weak kind of anime girl stance. You know what I mean? Like, Nani! Really, what we want, really what we want is to have a nice wide stance, which means those knees are gonna be over here. You want it stable, okay? So you don't want it bow-legged, right? You don't want it coming in like it needs to pee, right? You want it nice and stable from as many angles as you can. That stability is going to go a long way. Stability is going to go a long way. There you go. Look at that ripped werewolf. Yeah, this head is going to be weird, so definitely do some more looking on that stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to work on the lower leg a little bit longer, and we should be good. Should be good on this one. Hopefully, you're going to be able to internalize some of this. I know it's never the same, but that's how we learn. That's how we learn. We're just going to keep repeating. Now we have this video as a permanent fixture of the internet. All right, let's see what else we got. What else do we want to do with this guy? I'll bring that chest up a little bit. So, let's compress. And I imagine that originally you wanted him mid transformation. That's why you had one leg more wolf and one leg more armored and stuff. That's fine. That's fine. All right. That's fine. But for now, we're going to keep working on this leg. Okay. So the gastronemus is just going to inflate this mass over here. It's just going to be nice and chunky. Chunkerated. There you go. You want it strong. Alright, we don't want to have any broken bones. So we're going to keep those tangents nice and fluid. You want to observe properly your semitendinosus and rectus femoris masses. All right. I'm going to give them their due. You have your soleus over here. You have our tibialis anterior over here. Soleus is going to be over there, really. Soleus. There you go. Good indication of masses. Yeah, just lots of observation. We're going to take you there. As long as you know what you're going for. And that comes from years of study. There you go. Get that warrior leg. Yeah, it's a start. It's a start. It's a start. Yeah, I'm gonna call it around here. There's more to do. Well, there's always more to do, but this is a good stopping point. You got a good definition. Let's see. Let's see how far back we can look to compare to see the differences. Yeah, that was before the size was okay. Yeah. So most of the issues were with the arms and some in the legs and just proportions stuff, right? You've done a really good job observing the torso anatomy, and you've indicated almost all the muscles we talked about in anatomy class, which is really really good, really good. Yeah. So keep going. Hopefully this helps push you in the right direction. Again, we have 2 more weeks, so yeah, keep putting in the work, man. You'll be fine. Keep putting in the work. All right. And with that, we're going to call it for the time being. Hopefully the video helps. If you have any questions, shoot them my way. And we'll go from there. We'll meet and we'll talk about this stuff next week. Good job, Christian. Keep up the good work. Next, we're going to do Janai's video. So stay tuned.